Hey guys, Rogue Nation here with you today, and it's going to be part one of my next lawsuit, which is the Varnville, South Carolina lawsuit. The video's titled Deputy Chief Gets Every Law Wrong. It was the first video of my last best of video compilation, and I got a lot of grief over why I allowed certain things to transpire in that video, mainly from people that don't know me or my work. For those that do know me and my work, they knew that this officer had given me everything that I had needed in order to file a claim against him. You know, part of my job is to expose tyrants, and it's hard to expose tyrants when you're putting them in their place, right? Because then they can't be tyrants. I prefer, and usually it's just on a feelings basis, so when an officer approaches me, if I feel that he's a tyrant, sometimes I'm going to allow him to do whatever he wants to do. Other times I might put him in their place. But I want to see how far someone's going to push their authority, right? Illegally. So rather than putting them in their place, I just allow them to freely express themselves through their tyranny. And that's what happened here with the deputy chief. I could tell right off the bat, the guy was a tyrant. He's been ruining people's lives his whole career. He has no understanding of the law, the Constitution. It's his way or the highway. And he's been getting away with it, it seemed like, for a long time. But now he's met Major Awesome, Major Lee Awesome. And we have a different way that this is going to go down. And we're going to show it to you now. We filed the intent to sue with the mayor, the clerk there, and I called the mayor back after the allotted time period, and the mayor said, oh, well, you know, I didn't even give it to our attorney. We have to pay the attorney every time we use his services, so we didn't even give it to the attorney. And I know he thinks, oh, this guy's not going to sue. But they're going to be surprised. And we're going to be filing this hopefully today. I'll get it done and printed and shipped out, but we'll see. What we're looking at here is a non-prisoner pro se forms. South Carolina District Court has a packet of forms that they send to people, or excuse me, that you can download off their district court website. And that's what I'm filing today. I'll work you through the paperwork here. The only paperwork I won't work through is the filing indigent status. That's for everybody to fill out on their own. I don't know how much money you make or assets you have or anything, so there's no need for me to go over that paperwork. You can fill that out yourself. There's nothing tricky about it. It's just answering a bunch of questions about how much money you have in the bank or this, how much money you make, that kind of thing. So, without further ado, we're going to get into this. Now, this is going to be the first part. The second part is going to be the statement of claim, right? And we'll get to all that here in a second. But this is the first page, and, you know, just a cover sheet, I guess you could say, for the forms. About these forms. Okay, and here's the I'm going to take this out here because this is not amended. This is a complaint for a civil case, and it's me. Always write pro se after your name. I'm not sure why I didn't have it there. Check the jury trial box. Yep. Against Officer Michael Smith from the Varnville, South Carolina Police Department. That's all I know as far as his name. Federal question. It's not going to be diversity of citizenship. That's if you're suing a citizen of another state. Fill out the paragraphs in the section that apply to this case. Federal statutes, the specific one, 42 U.S.C. 1983. This is again basis for jurisdiction if diversity of citizenship case, but again we're not suing a citizen from another state. The amount in controversy, again, it's for diversity cases. And then we come down to the statement of claims. Write a short and plain statement of the claim. Do not make legal arguments. State as briefly as possible the facts showing that each plaintiff is entitled to the damages or other relief sought. State how each defendant was involved and what each defendant did that caused the plaintiff harm or violated the plaintiff's rights, including the dates and places of that involvement or conduct. If more than one claim is asserted, number each claim and write a short and plain statement of each claim in a separate paragraph. Attach additional pages if needed. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to write out the facts of the case and our claims. That's going to be in part 2 because we're going to show you how I go from the video to the paperwork, right? So we watch the video, and during the video we stop and say 6 minutes and 54 seconds Officer Smith arrived at the Hampton County Health Department. He approached me and immediately asked me, what I was doing. So, in this way, the statement of claims mimics the actual video, right? So there's no discrepancies. And also, I reference the time in my video, so I incorporate the video into the complaint. So I send off the complaint, I send off a USB drive with the video, and now it doesn't have to be a he said, she said, this is what happened, that's what happened. Here's an actual video of everything that happened. There you go. Now you got it. Alright, so, and then the relief sought, punitive damages, $100,000. This is a willful and knowingly violation of my rights. I had the law in my hand and he refused to read or understand it. When asked to provide statute numbers of the laws he was claiming applied, he refused to do so. And we all saw that. There's the date of the signing today. My name. This is for attorneys. You don't have to worry about that. You're not an attorney. This is, I believe, the summons. Yep. So I've already filled out the summons. Sending it to his place of business, Varnville Police Department. Lawsuit's been filed against you. My address. Proof of service. The civil cover sheet here tells you who the plaintiffs are, the defendants, the counties of which we live, Hampton and Marion. Basis of jurisdiction. Again, this is nothing we have to worry about. This is diversity cases only. The nature of the suit, civil rights, 440, other civil rights. Not any of these. So be careful when you're, depending on what you're suing for, exactly where you're going to find it at. Place an X for the origin. This is an original proceeding. Okay. Cause of action. Cite the civil statute, 1983. Brief description of cause. First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendment claims. Prior restraint. First Amendment retaliation. Requested in complaint. Oh, it's 100,000. A jury demand, yes. Date, 1027, you'll have to sign, even because as a pro se, you're still the attorney of record for yourself. Let's see. This is the pro se party's answers to the 2601 interrogatories, which is the written questions, the initial written questions that you have to answer. And it says that each claim state whether it should be tried by jury or non-jury and why. Might put all claims should be a jury trial as they are the finders of fact. State the basis for asserting the claims in the division. These violations occurred in the District Court of South Carolina's jurisdiction. Nothing here that I have to disclose. It's got NA. Pro se defendants only on E and F. I'm a pro se plaintiff, not defendant. In declaring under the penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct, 27th of October, 2023. And then sign it here. And then this gets into prepaying the costs for the lawsuit. But again, you guys can fill that out yourself. It's pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. But that's the first part. And then now the second part is going to be me going over the complaint that I type up. So we'll see you in just a second with that.